beyond this material world. Pratyak Dhama, perceivable everywhere. Swayam Jyotihi, self-effulgent. Vishwam, the entire creation. Yena, by whom. Shamanvitam is maintained. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Supreme Soul, and he has no beginning. He is transcendental to the material modes of nature and beyond the existence of the material world. He is perceivable everywhere because he is self-effulgent, and by his self-effulgent luster, the entire creation is maintained. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is described as being without beginning. He is Purusha, the Supreme Spirit. Purusha means person. When we think of a person in our present experience, that person has a beginning. This means that he has taken birth and there is a history from the beginning of his life. But the Lord is particularly mentioned here as Anadi, beginningless. If we examine all persons, we'll find that everyone has a beginning. But when we approach a person who has no beginning, he is the Supreme Person. That is the definition given in the Brahma Samhita. Iswara Parama Krishna. The Supreme Person of Godhead is Krishna, the Supreme Controller. He is without beginning and he is the beginning of everyone. This definition is found in all Vedic literatures. The Lord is described as the soul or spirit. What is the definition of spirit? Spirit is perceivable everywhere. Brahma means great. His greatness is perceived everywhere. And what is that greatness? Consciousness. We have personal experience of consciousness, for it is spread all over the body. In every hair follicle of our body, we can feel consciousness. This is individual consciousness. Similarly, there is super consciousness. The example can be given of a small light and the sunlight. The sunlight is perceived everywhere, even within this room or in the sky, but the small light is experienced with a specific limit. Similarly, our consciousness is perceived within the limit of a particular body, but the super consciousness or the existence of God is perceived everywhere. He is present everywhere by his energy. It is stated in the Vishnu Purana that whatever we find anywhere and everywhere is the distribution of the energy of the Supreme Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, also it is confirmed that the Lord is all-pervading and exists everywhere by his two kinds of energy, one spiritual and the other is material. Both the spiritual and material energy are spread everywhere, and that is the proof of existence of Supreme Personality of Godhead. The existence of consciousness everywhere is not temporary. It is without beginning, and because it is without beginning, it is also without end. The theory that consciousness develops at a certain stage of material combination is not accepted herein, but the consciousness which exists everywhere is said to be without beginning. The materialistic or atheistic theory stating that there is no soul, that there is no God, and that consciousness is the result of a combination of matter is not acceptable. Matter is not beginningless. It has a beginning. As this material body has a beginning, the universal body does also. And as our material body has begun on the basis of our soul, the entire gigantic universal body has begun on the basis of the Supreme Soul. The Vedanta Sutra says Janmadi Asya. This entire material creation, its growth, its maintenance, and its dissolution is an emanation from the Supreme Person. In Bhagavad Gita also the Lord says, I am the beginning, the source of birth of everything. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is described here. He is not a temporary person, nor does he have a beginning. He is without a cause, and he is the cause of all causes. Paraha means transcendental, beyond the creative energy. The Lord is the creator of the creative energy. We can see that there is a creative energy in the material world, but he is not under this energy. He is Prakriti Paraha, beyond this energy. He is not subjected to the threefold miseries created by the material energy. because he is beyond it. The modes of material nature do not touch him. It is explained here. Swayam Jyoti, he is light himself. We have experience in this material world of one light being a reflection of another, just as moonlight is a reflection of sunlight. Sunlight is also the reflection of the Brahma Jyoti. Similarly, Brahma Jyoti, the spiritual effulgence, is a reflection of the body of the Supreme Lord. This is confirmed in Brahma Samhita. Yashya Prabhavatah, the Brahma Jyoti or Brahma effulgence is due to his bodily luster. Therefore, it is said here, Swayam Jyotihi. He himself is light. His light is distributed in different ways, as the Brahma Jyoti, as sunlight, and as moonlight. Bhagavad Gita confirms that in the spiritual world, there is no need of sunlight, moonlight, or electricity. The Upanishad also confirm this because the bodily luster of Supreme Personality of Godhead is sufficient to illuminate the spiritual world. There is no need of sunlight, moonlight, or any other light or electricity. This self-illumination also contradicts the theory that the spirit soul or the spiritual consciousness develops at a certain point in material combination. The term Swayam Jyoti indicates that there is no tinge of anything material or any material reaction. It is confirmed here that the concept of the Lord's all-pervasiveness is due to his illumination everywhere. We have experienced that the sun is situated in one place, but the sunlight is diffused all around for millions and millions of miles. That is our practical experience. Similarly, although the Supreme Light is situated in his personal abode, Vaikuntha or Vrindavan, his light is diffused not only in the spiritual world, but beyond that, in the material world also. That light is reflected by the sun globe, and the sunlight is reflected by the moon globe. Thus, although he is situated in his own abode, his light is distributed all over the spiritual and material worlds. The Brahma Samhita 5.37 confirms this. Golaka eva nibashyati akhilatma bhutaha. He is living in Golaka, but still he is present all over the creation. He is the super soul of everything, the supreme personality of Godhead, and he has innumerable transcendental qualities. It is also concluded that although he is undoubtedly a person, he is not a Purusa of this material world. Mayavadi philosophers cannot understand that beyond this material world, there can be a person. Therefore, they are impersonalists. But it is explained very nicely here that the personality of Godhead is beyond material existence. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyana Janasalakaya Chakrumitam Yena Tasme Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamaram. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamaram Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Rupa Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Sabadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sabishakhan Vitamcha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद लीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for joining today for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are, this is the auspicious Diwali week, Govardhan Puja week. Every day is kind of a festival. Like there is Dhanvantari Appearance Day, Dhanteras, then Diwali, then Annakut, Govardhan Puja. So many festivities are there. And with these beautiful festivities around, early morning in the month of Kartik, we're glorifying Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here we are in this particular chapter, we are reading about how Kapila Muni is describing about the material nature, and how, particularly in this particular verse, he is glorifying Supreme Personality of Godhead and his beautiful attributes, like he is as a person and how he is not being creating the entire the material world, how he is not attached by the material modes of nature. So beautiful he is he is describing, and our spiritual father, Master Srila Prabhupada has very beautifully also he has described in this purport. My knowledge in this wonderful subject matter is very limited, but with your blessings and our senior Acharya's guidance, I would like to glorify the subject matter for my own purification. So here we see few attributes we see. We see Anadi, then we see Atma Purusha, then we see Nirguna, then Prakriti Paraha. Then next term is Pratyagadhama Swayam Jyotir. Basically, these are the 5 attributes it is saying. Anadi means beginningless. Purusha means he is the original Purusha. Nirguna means basically he is beyond the modes of material nature. Then Prakriti Paraha means he is beyond the material nature. Then Pratyagdhama Swayam Jyoti, that means basically he is self-effulgent, and that effulgent basically is all pervading. Then the last line says that Vishwam Ena Samanvitam. Basically, Lord's energy is maintaining the entire creation. So we can see that in this purport here, Prabhupada is describing that Krishna basically is the first living entity. There is no beginning. That's what he is saying. So now we can see that we can look around us. Like today we're sitting and we are using this laptop after this COVID started. We are using this Zoom sessions, this laptop we're using. So you can think that yes, all these things is beginning with the Zoom. Then the thing comes, who created the Zoom? Then yes, you need a laptop. Who created this laptop? Everything we do, right? Any material objects we see, right? We see that there is a person behind it. There is a beginning of it. You are sitting on a sofa or a bed. There's a mattress. Then the mattress is on a frame. So like that is a beginning. So the mattress also is starting point and there is an end point. If you look at the house, there is a roof. Roof is standing on a wall. Wall is standing on a floor. So there is a beginning to everything. But then if you think about, okay, it's kind of nice. There is a person is there, right? Like in the person, who from how he has come. He has a father, he has a mother. Like that, we can say that there is a beginning to everything. But then when you think of a person like, yes, this is so and so, and okay, his father is this person, then father's father is there. Like that, if you go and go, you'll reach for a person, you will reach a destination where there is no one after that. That particular person is basically Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. And he has nobody before him. So that's why he is called Anadi. So here in Brahma Samhita, it is said that Ishwara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karanam Karanam. That means here in the glorification it says that Krishna, basically he is the Supreme Person of Godhead and he has an eternal spiritual body and he is the origin of all. He has no other origin and he is the prime cause of all causes. Then in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says to Arjuna that Aham Sarvasya Prabho Matta Sarva Pravartate Iti Mattva Bhajantema Buddha Bhava Shramanvita. That means that I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything basically comes from me. And those who know about it and perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So next, wanted to share this beautiful example of a banyan tree. And I got this from my spiritual master, Sri Jayapataka Goswami Maharaj, Guru Maharaj. So we can say that Krishna's pastimes have no beginning or end. So there is this banyan tree. If you see, right, this banyan tree is present in Howrah, next to the Howrah station. There is a botanical garden. It is present there. So basically, this is a huge banyan tree. Like when you in India, there is banyan tree, right? When you see that banyan tree, right, banyan trees comes from a seed, a small seed, and then it germinates into a tree. Then from the tree, the branches come. The branches, they can go inside the soil and they become a tree. So there are so many trunks are there. Like this particular banyan tree, if we see, this has gone for, like 10 to 15 kind of hectare miles. So then there is a quiz over here. There is a test over there. that whoever comes to this beautiful botanical garden, if they can find that what is the original trunk, they will give him 10,000 rupees as a prize money. So many people come and they try to find, but they cannot find, because if you point something that this is a root, then again you see that, oh, that root, that trunk has come from some other root. Similarly, the Krishna's pastime has no beginning or no end. It is going internally. The Nitya Leelas are going on everywhere internally. They say that the Astakali Leelas are there, right? There are so many universes are there. Like in one universe, Krishna could be killing Putana. In another universe, Krishna, like Josodamai, could be chasing after him. Another universe, Krishna may be coming as Nrsimha Bhagwan to protect. Like what universe and what Kalpa Krishna came is basically no one can find it. Like like we see Bhagavatam also discussed, the Brahma wanted to know that from where he came from. He goes through the lotus stem up and down. He's totally confused. Then what he did? He started meditating on the sound vibration. So then this Krishna's appearance can be also, our Acharya says that we can think of it appearance of sun. Like we say that yes, now it's now actually sun has appeared here. Now we can say that yes, sun has appeared here, but sun is not appeared in India now. Now sun is setting, so we cannot say that sun has died here or sun has taken birth here. Sun is always there in the sky, and we cannot say that the sky is sun's parent, the sky is sun's father or sun's mother, and sun basically took birth from sky. We cannot say that. Basically, sun basically it appears and disappears. Similarly, Supreme Personality of Godhead also, he also appears and disappears. Like now it is 7 going to be 7 a.m. in the morning. In India, it could be a different time zone. Like that, in different people do different activities in different time zone. Similarly, we can think that Supreme Personality of Godhead also in different universe, and he's in different karma, he's doing different activities. So basically, he is Anadi without any beginning. And we see that here, like for a material person, like he takes birth. He has a father and mother. These examples we see here, like Krishna is taking forage a four-hand form, Narayana form. Then Krishna is taking bath from Brahma's nostril as Sukar Rupa. Then he coming out of a pillar. Then finally as Nrsimha Bhagwan. Then finally Krishna is coming as in this Kali Yuga, he is coming as like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just to distribute his holy names. So appearance and disappearance is completely dependent on Krishna's supreme will. Like that makes him different from any other mundane material person. Now the next attribute Prabhupada is describing here is about Krishna is Purusha, and Krishna is Nirguna, and Krishna is Prakriti Paraha. Let's see about the Purusha aspect. We see that Krishna is the original Purusha. Like the Vedas also glorify them as the topmost Purusha. And everywhere we see that Purusha Sukta is getting recited. There is no other Sukta. The Purusha Sukta is totally dedicated for Krishna or Vishnu. So he is the original Purusha. Purusha means what? Purusha basically who creates, who maintains. Now we can say that there are so many Purushas are there, the male forms are there. They are not basically original Purusha. Why Krishna is original Purusha? Because Krishna is basically, he is the maintainer of the entire universe. For a conditional human being, he sometimes claims that yes, I am the Purusha, I am the man of the house. However, we all are Prakritis. Why we all are Prakritis? Because we work a lot. But Krishna doesn't work a lot. Krishna just glances on the material nature and everything gets, the seeds come and everything gets manifested. So Purusha means the enjoyer. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and he is enjoyer. Bhuktaram Jagatapasham. Like he is the Bhuktaram. He is the Bhogi. He is the enjoyer. And what are we? We should actually facilitate in ourselves so that Krishna can enjoy. Like we can say that a person has built a house. Like sometimes we see in India people big palatial houses. Suppose we go and somebody comes and stay over there just like that. What the person will do? He'll try to remove him. You will say that like you are enjoying in somebody else's property. So like that, we all are enjoying Krishna's creation. This material nature, we all try to enjoy. And we forget that we are not the enjoyer. So there are two kinds of Purusha. One Purusha in this material world, that is we, and the other is the original Purusha. So here Prabhupada is also describing about Krishna's energies. Like Krishna's energy can be, there's so many, 2 or 3 types we can describe it. Here, basically, we want to talk about little less inferior energy. Like matter, they say that it is an inferior prakriti. And but this matter, because but the matter actually, this prakriti basically, it helps us to survive. And jiva basically the superior prakriti. But the jiva under the false ego is try to enjoy this material prakriti. This basically comes under there are 3 energies are there, right? So this of these two comes under the Krishna's this marginal potency, and this Krishna's then that inferior energy, it comes into that category. But Krishna is basically he's transcended to the material modes of nature. That is called nirguna aspect. So what is nirguna? Nir means nothing, and guna means quality. Nir means basically beyond estimation. Like in this material nature, there are 3 gunas are there: sattva, raja, and tama. But any gunas, if you are there, basically you get entangled in the like karma cycle. But Krishna, since he is creator, he is not bound by this material nature. Basically, he is above these gunas. So he is basically nirguna. Now and why he is nirguna? Because he is free from contamination of the material qualities. He doesn't have to do anything. We can take the example of a king. King basically does so many rules and regulations. That night you cannot do this and do that. So there is, like if somebody is not following, what happens? They go to the jail, and they are different cells they are staying, and there are so many different punishments are there. But the king or the jailer, he can go to the jail like just like that and come out. There is nobody going to tell that why you didn't follow this rule, that rule. So similarly, we can think that like Krishna, basically he's nirguna, he is beyond these gunas. Now in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says to Arjuna that Traiguna Vishava Veda Nistraiguna Bhava Arjuna. That means, my dear Arjuna, try to be nirguna. Why Krishna is saying this? Because in the Veda, basically, he talks about all the 3 gunas. But when you do in the 3 gunas, right, then we might be doing sattva-guna activities, but our activities could be sugunatmak. But Krishna is saying that go beyond that. Even if you are becoming suguna activities, but still you are going to be bound in that. So Krishna is saying that rise above all these 3 gunas. Now the question becomes, later on also Arjuna asks, how to become nirguna, how to above go rise. Then Krishna also is describing Mam chaya bhakti yogena sevate. That means one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcend to the mode of material nature. They are actually not bondage. So basically here, the advice is that we also do devotional service. Now the Govardhan Puja is coming, so many activities are there, so many services are there. We should do a lot of services for the pleasure of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now the last part is, it says that Krishna is Paramatma and Swayam Jyotir. The third line is basically Pratyek Dhama Swayam Jyotis. So Pratyek Dhama means Krishna is all pervading. We can tell that there is sunlight. Prabhupada here is giving the example of two light comparison he is giving. And a small light, we can say that small torch light. Small torch light basically has a lesser surface area to light. But sunlight basically, it pervades everywhere. Like if sun is rising in there, sitting at home also, by closing your doors and everything, we can feel the warmth of it. So basically sunlight basically it removes the darkness. So that's how Prabhupada is describing here that Krishna is all pervading. And here Kapila Muni is saying that Krishna basically is Pratyeka Dhama. Pratyeka Dhama means Krishna is all pervading, just like the sunlight. So you can think, what is all pervading? So you can think of Krishna is Paramatma or Super Soul. Basically, he is residing in everybody's heart. So there are 2 things, soul and Super Soul. We all are basically surviving because we have an outer side body, and inside the body there is a soul is there, just like a driver of a car. Soul is there. But the soul basically, we can say that he knows about only our body. But Supreme Personality of Godhead basically, who is sitting inside us as Paramatma, he knows all our activities. Not only in this lifetime, but there could be so many spaces we have taken birth already. Krishna has known everything. And not only that, like me, like or you, or there are so many species are there, so many trees are there, so many animals are there. Within everybody, Krishna is residing as Paramatma. So if you consider that a small farmer knows about his land, like that Krishna is a kind of is a farmer of the entire universe, and he knows each and everything. So he is the real Kshatriya. Then the next one is Soyam Jyotir, that is basically self-effulgent. So Krishna basically is self-effulgent. Means Soyam Jyotir, he says that Soyam Jyotir Vishwam Ena Samanvitaha. That means the entire creation is maintained by the effulgent which is coming from him. Soyam Jyoti means, here Prabhupada is saying that Krishna is basically light himself. That Jyoti is spread all over the universe. So the living entities are there just like sunshine is spread over all the universe. Now here we can see that how we are able to see things. This is because of the in physics there's a reflection theory, but because when the light comes on certain object, the reflection comes, that's how we see it. Similarly, we can think that yes, somebody can say that yes, there is sunlight in the daytime, that's what I'm saying. There is moonlight in the nighttime, that's what I'm saying. The electricity is there, that's what we are saying. But we can see that from what is the source of the sunlight or the moonlight. Here in purport it says that basically the light is coming out from Krishna's effulgence is there. Krishna's effulgence can be distributed in different ways. One can be the Brahma Jyoti, the another could be the sun rays, the other one could be the moon rays. So in Bhagavatam also it is said that the bodily luster of Supreme Personality of Godhead is sufficient to illuminate the spiritual world. There is no need of sunlight, moonlight, or any other light or electricity. Like in Bhagavatam also it says that Krishna's tonal, that much effulgence comes that it can lighten the entire universe. So in Brahma Samhita also it says that Yasya Prabha Prabhavata Jagadanda Koti. That means Brahma is the only external effulgence emanating from the boundary wall of the transcendental realm of Vaikuntha. So here we discussed about five aspects of Krishna as described by Kapila Muni. So here, first thing is Krishna is the supreme soul. He is basically Anadi. There is no beginning. Then Krishna is the original Purusha. He is the real Purusha. He is the enjoyer. Though Krishna is enjoyer, he is transcendental to the material modes of nature. He basically Trigunatit. He is Nirguna. Then Prakruti Paraha. This material world is not able to influence him. Then he is perceivable everywhere. Then the last one is Krishna is self-effulgent. And by self-effulgent luster, the entire creation is maintained. So with this, would like to end today's discussion. Any comments or any feedback, we can discuss it later. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day and weekend ahead. Weekend filled with festivities. I'd like to wish you all a happy Diwali. May the light of Krishna consciousness be illuminating yours and your family's lives. Important festivities. On Sunday, we'll be celebrating Anakut, Govardhan Puja. It's also Diwali day. The pastime of Damodar took place on that day. Lord Ramachandra got coronated on that day. Many wonderful things. So Govardhan Puja is on Monday, but we'll be celebrating it on Sunday. And we normally celebrate that with Anakut celebration. So we have plenty of time to prepare as many items as possible over the weekend to offer it to the Lord. That is a spreadsheet out. Please fill out as many items as you can. Yeah. Any other questions?
What time devotee needs to bring the offering at the temple?
Very good. Yeah. Latest by 4 p.m.
Thank you, Madhu. Haribol.
Early the better so that we can organize it nicely, but latest by 4 p.m. on Sunday. They can bring it. Those who cannot prepare, they can also bring juices, fruits, dry fruits, and offer it to the Lord.
Prabhuji, dry things we can bring by Saturday also. Is that okay?
Sure.
Or only Sunday we have to get
No, we can bring it on Saturday also.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. The latest is 4 p.m. But as far as bringing it, you can bring it even today, tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Also, there is a lot of cleaning service. Amritananda Prabhu has put something. Is he there? On Saturday. Yeah. He'll be posting a flyer and he's organizing cleaning. So, yeah. They can post it. That being said, we'll like to offer our prayers to Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Shino Shingo Jaino Shingo Jaino Shingo Prahlade Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Brinda Ugravira Maha
Janantam Sarvatom
Nrsimha
Bhishana Bhadram Mrityam Mrityam Namah.
Nityam Namami Ham Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai,
Jai.
Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. One chakal
Vanchakripa Pasindu
Patitanam Pavane
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
Namo
Namo Namo.
Vaishnavinda ki Jai,
Jai.
Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai,
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaur
Jai.
Premanande,
Hare
Hare Hare. Thank you, Prem Saran Mataji. Shubha Deepavali to everyone. Hare Krishna. Hare
Shubh
Bol.
Deepavali to everybody.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Bol.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Diwali. Hare Krishna.
Thank